In order to deepen what is happening with the conflict between Palestine and Israel, we're going to talk to Nora Garcia. She's a member of the International Secretariat of the Communist Party of Spain, and she's responsible for the African region. Good afternoon, Nora Garcia.
Hello, good afternoon.
In the past few days, people in Spain have taken to the streets to support the Palestinian resistance and to demand sanctions against Israel. In other countries as well, people have stood up for Palestine. And from your point of view, what is the impact of these demonstrations in the world?
Well, I think that it's very important to show that the peoples are better than their governments. I think that here, at least in Europe, we are seeing how their government support to Israel is punishing also Palestinian demonstration. We are seeing in France arresting people just to because they are waving Palestinian flags. The same in the UK, saying that this can be a crime. In Berlin, they are forbidding demonstration. So I think that they are trying to shut up the people that are also asking for peace, and also to address, what's underlying these events that didn't begin the 7th of October, that are talking about ending apartheid regime, ending occupation, ending segregation and death.
UN Chief Antonio Guterres called for an immediate humanitarian ceasefire in the Middle East to ease the epic human suffering in Israel-Gaza conflict. How will this United Nations action help the Palestinian people?
Well, I think that we are seeing a United Nations that cannot work, right? Yesterday, Brazil's draft proposal was just, vetoed by the US. So we have to rethink how these international mechanisms uphold international law and defend also the human rights of all people. So I think that United Nations expressed that we really need to rethink how we work together in the world, since we have to address one important issue. Like, Israel was born by a UN resolution, right? And from 1947 till only 2001, I think that more than 26 resolutions from the United Nations have been affecting this conflict, and no one of them have been, accomplished by Israel. So we have also to address, how is this possible? How is this possible that Israel is not, upholding this resolution that is saying that they have, like the 2334, there are a lot of them. So we have to think that the UN cannot be only, like press releases, because Antonio Gutierrez is talking about the Palestinian issue long time ago, 7th of October. He has said on the past that he defined Gaza, in fact, as hell in earth. And all these studies, even, the definition of Israel as apartheid regime comes from not emotionally involved people with the Palestinian cause, but by Michael Link in a report of the Human Rights Council in 2022, talking about that apartheid, in fact, is a technical definition of what is happening in Palestine. So what we have to work is, for sure, fight the good fight in the UN, continue pushing international law, diplomacy, and resolution of conflict. But it's very important that this demonstration that we are seeing everywhere in the world continue, because we have to say as people that we have to say to our government, not in my name. We don't want to take more of this hypocrisy, right? They are talking like this is a war on terror, or that this is like a religious cause. And I think that people have had enough of these kind of things. I think that we won't take it anymore. And this is the way to push our governments. And that's the way that our governments should also be pressured to work towards a UN that actually, can, like pressure Israel to solve this situation.
In this conflict that has caused death, disaster, and displacement, what is expected of all international organizations?
Well, I think that we have to acknowledge that the Palestinian cause is not a new cause. I think that we can remember the mobilizations of Sheikh Jarrah problem that happened not very long time ago. Lots of people, hundreds of people, thousands of people were mobilized around the world with that. Also, because of the assassination of the reporter Shirin Abu Akleh, right? So we have to think that there is a Palestinian Solidarity International network that can automatically, be connected to mobilize people. I think that we have to take all microphones. We have to discuss this hypocrisy. We have also to, internationally, work together. And I think that the Palestinian networks, they are doing a very good job on mobilizing. Also, we have to acknowledge that these Palestinian movements are in the civil society movements. They are a part of the feminist movement, of the ecology movement, of the anti-racist movement. So this intersectionality is also mobilizing a lot of organizations that they are not itself only as international solidarity campaign or project, right? So I think that internationally it's undeniable that there is a huge Palestinian network that we have to support, and that we have also to connect all those issues, all these ecology issues, anti-racist issues, feminist issues, human rights issues, and mobilize together to support and also to put pressure to stop the genocide.
The recent visit of U.S. President Joe Biden and his statements of full support for Israel have generated controversy. What should we expect from this supposed support of the U.S. President for Israel?
Well, I think that we can actually say that the U.S. is not under international law. Like, in fact, what their own policy is named. What's the name? Like law order. Like they are not under the UN umbrella anymore. They are talking about a rules-based order. That means that they run the world. So we have also to acknowledge that the Palestinian and Israeli situation is not only about a conflict among two peoples. It's about a geopolitical situation, and for sure, the U.S. is using from the beginning the Israeli state as strategic alliance towards the Middle East. This means that this situation can be out of proportion because we are seeing also the Middle East being mobilized about what's going on in Palestine. So we are in a crucial moment. I think that there is one moment very important, like recently a 6-year-old Palestinian was stabbed to death 26 times, in the U.S. So this hatred is very worrying, and we have to put pressure in the U.S. and also from international organizations like the European Union. So I think we have all a lot of work to do. For instance, we as I'm from Spain, so in the European Parliament, we are also addressing these key issues of, international support to Israel. We have also seen not only Biden, but we have also recently said in Tel Aviv, the president of the European Parliament, Roberta Metsola, and also the president of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, supporting Israel. So I think that we have also to push internationally to the US, and for sure also the demonstrations and also the mobilizations of the civil society in the US is also challenging some of the narratives that have been placed for the public opinion.
Thank you, Nora Garcia, for your time and for your comments regarding the conflict between Palestine and Israel.
Thank you.